и при переключении подвесов это меню может игра падать. Если такой случится, запустим, несколько секунд потратим, и все будет хорошо дальше. Бак мы, конечно же, починим. Возможно,
They've actually moved their cameras this time as well.
Так, значит, ну вот тут видно
Why BVD?
вооружение, PL-5, инфракрасные ракеты.
Production value.
Она же PL-12, то есть ракета с активным наведением. Причем возможно вешать на одиночные.
What is that weird tattoo the guy on the right has? He's got like a snake around his wrist.
Ну и вот особенности переделки нового меню вооружения. Оно теперь, во-первых, стало...
Russian mafia motherfucker.
Экранное. Во-вторых, так сказать, на лету меняется...
Better than Yakuza.
Как вы сразу видите, то, как оружие меняется.
The Baba Yaga.
So BVD is wearing classic white shirt. He very much just looks like he's rolled out of bed.
He just woke up, yeah. He woke up and he ran to the office. He had to make the stream today. He forgot.
I know I'm on BVD's face because they've moved the cameras, so I'm gonna have to move me. There you go.
Да, погромче, ребят, я сделал. Также приветствуем всех новых зрителей на ВК Play Live.
Actually, I could probably flip the camera.
У нас уже 1000 зрителей здесь. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте, дорогие друзья.
And they even growed to a side like JF-17 Thunder. All cool looking.
В таком режиме, конечно, в таком виде количество подвесов, одновременно отображающихся, стало меньше. Но мы планируем доработать еще немножко это меню с возможностью, соответственно, по высоте его регулировать, растягивать, ну, и уменьшать.
We're now a blondie boy.
Ну, давайте пробный вылет сходим, посмотрим.
This thing really does look like a amalgamation of like an F5 and an F16.
Yeah, it's because it has that like triangular shape in the front, isn't it?
Да, смешно, что самолет этот изначально, то есть можно его далеким потомком МиГ-21 назвать. Конечно, деталей, конечно, в нем уже от МиГ-21 нет, но изначально элементов фюзеляжа была модификация.
I think this one will be fun. The only issue I'm worried about is armament, because obviously one of the things about a lot of these like squadron vehicles, they usually have some kind of weakness with them that makes them a little bit harder to play than other stuff. And with the F5E, its armament is the one which is a little bit dodgy, which is why they haven't put it up in BR.
Yeah. Maybe it's gonna be like you were mentioning. Maybe the radar is gonna be weaker, or it can carry less missiles overall, so that's gonna be a limiting factor.
Oh, does this have the laser guided stuff too?
Yeah, it can carry a couple if you want. But it has like limited. It has limited pylons compared to our things.
Традиции пока напомню, что мы показываем новинки на тестовом сервере. Здесь все не финально, все может еще поменяться, измениться. А еще технически у нас...
It's just surprising we're getting 3 squadron vehicles. Oh, that's crazy.
Можете, конечно, над этим поугарать по доброй традиции, но заранее
The debt has been paid, Tech.
They must have really had some issues with, you know, people not, or people just like losing or having too many like squadron vehicles sorted or something.
They were just not ready to go. They were just finishing them right before the stream.
Yeah.
Кстати, давайте заодно на примере данного самолета еще тоже покажем одну фишку. Вот здесь вот мы видим в углу курсором на виду. Теперь есть такой параметр, как радиовысота.
Про ухо понял.
Могу продолжать?
I guess that's the issue with these Russians, true. Like they just just flying around.
В настройках перейдем, покажем. Да, в самолетах настройках теперь можно выбрать, какую высоту отображать. Ну, я не знаю, для тех, кто, может быть, не в курсе.
The new altitude.
Yeah, the radar altitude thing.
Radar altitude.
Уровнем моря.
The very big positive, that one. Nice to see.
Она не показывает, в случае, если вы там в горной местности, еще где-то, она не показывает вам высоту до поверхности. Поэтому на самолете высотомеры, собственно, замер именно до точки над поверхностью. Вот можно выбрать, какую из них показывать, можно обе показывать. Ну и дополнительно можно выбрать настройку, которую можно регулировать, какая предупреждающая высота будет отображаться красным в интерфейсе. Видите, да? Сейчас 20 минут. Вот видно, насколько отличается на данном рельефе барометрическая высота и радиовысота. Вот
BVD is very proud of this vehicle.
Соответственно, она стала белая.
It appears so.
At least it's not the BMP.
Вот. Можно и для полетов в сложных условиях использовать, можно для уходов от понимания, на какой высоте вы находитесь, насколько низко, чтобы эффект антипода использовать при игре против ракет с активным локационным наведением или против других радарных ракет.
Так, чуть-чуть позвонче.
Чуть еще погромче.
Да, начинаешь уставать.
Нет, я просто привыкаю и все тише и тише. Так, давайте теперь по наземке. По наземке немного покажем.
X-Ray.
Да, X-Ray новый. Ну, не новый, а новые фишки в X-Ray, да. Заодно вот у нас еще одна новинка тоже. Танк тоже экспортный, тоже пакистанский, что интересно, да.
Пакистанский.
Is this a G vehicle or a pre-order vehicle?
Конструкции.
That's the only thing that really matters to me.
Производящиеся в Пакистане. Ну, понятно, по китайской лицензии.
It's cool to see that they're not just adding the Indian stuff though, and also adding the Pakistani stuff, so it's pretty good. Nice to see both.
There's things to grab, right? There's things to grab. They shouldn't be limiting themselves.
У техники иногда не перекрывает, но вот в данном случае это еще не так.
I don't think we've had a confirmation whether the dev server will be up today, but if it follows the standard thing, there'll be a dev server today.
Топливо. Установку дополнительно посмотреть, как располагается. Комплект, вооружение. Также будет работать для кораблей.
I think it'll be really good when they add all of these updated X-rays to everything, because right now there's this weird disparity between vehicles and them taking damage. So, for example, certain vehicles which have their autoloaders modeled, obviously, if you shoot through them, they now have to repair the autoloader, where there are other vehicles without autoloaders, even though they do have them, just not modeled, they can fire back, so it's creating this weird disparity.
Particularly in the lower VRs, or relatively lower VRs.
Yeah, like all the SPHs, basically. The Flinger! What a lovely camo! It has no AA and the 305s. Very similar to what's already in the game. Like the, which one is it? Is it the Von der Tann? No. The Helgoland, that's it. So the Helgoland has 6 305 turrets and those weird blisters, where this one has the 8, so it can basically get all of its guns on target at the same time. So it's more similar to the Kaiser. Which can also get 4 turrets on at the same time.
В Ветландском сражении такие корабли участвовали в основном. Так, ну что, давайте, раз уж мы перескочили в немецкую ветку, давайте остальные покажем. Новинки, возможно, или что-то просит отдельно.
Давай по флоту, у нас тем более много всего.
Do you think they'll start giving reloads to the Stingers, by the way, for tanks and stuff?
Водная новинка, это малый.
Oh, what do you mean? Like reloads?
Or like give them, yeah, like give them more than like 2. Because a few of them have like 4 now, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so most of them have like at least 1 reload. Tend to have like 6 to 8. What are the ones that I always run out of?
Like stuff like the KF-41 has what, like 2 or 4?
Oh, like for the spikes.
Yeah, for the
yeah,
spikes.
yeah. Hopefully you can reload them as a normal ammo type. I don't really remember when I spared the Fredge and all of those things. Like how fast can you really load them up in a cap point? But yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully they will. Is that for a lot of those machines it was supposed to be historical, quote unquote, wasn't it? And they don't carry that many.
It's just annoying.
Mm.
It's like an artificial limiter.
Yeah, for a missile it's not even that good.
Yeah. Yes, that's 11 in naval. Woo! Nice.
Yeah, man. Better work well. It's keeping this thing at 4.0.
Oh, good. And 240s, can't be mad. I'm happy to see the SS-11 finally make it to naval. There's a lot of French vehicles that have SS-11s randomly on them.
Yeah. Well, they put it on tanks, they put it on helicopters, they put it on planes.
Yeah. They really enjoyed the SS-11. Very proud of it. Just remember the new naval event's coming out, so you can grind out the French naval stuff with it. There you go. These like 1.0 to 2.0 coastal boats always feel horrific, by the way. They're just very poor vehicles. Make me very sad.
I remember I spayed a couple of those British ones and American ones. And the Soviet ones as well.
Yeah. The third squadron vehicle of the update? Oh, have they changed the Gripen?
I think he was showing that one was also in the Switch tech tree as the Danish one.
Yeah, but I saw he had the Gripen in his lineup.
Ah.
Wait, Sweden's getting a CV90-35 too? Oh no, sorry. My
no,
bad,
no,
yeah,
they were showing the Danish one.
Yeah, my bad. Oh, great BVVD. Why? What the hell is that?
Okay, he had everything not clean. I think he was at that. He was at that level of.
Oh, gracious BVVD. Why is this one higher BR?
I think they're gonna lower it. Wishful thinking.
Or maybe higher the other one. Maybe it's too powerful.
Oh, you're right. That would be kicking the gut, man.
It's too good. That 35mm is just insanely powerful.
Yeah, insanely powerful. You remember the other one when they shot in the stream and in the depth server? They really tried to promote that other like semi-armor piercing round. Like, oh man, this is gonna be pretty good, dude. Yeah. It's like an APHE with penetration. Whatever, man. Completely useless.
Oh, good. Wow. Target has indeed been destroyed.
So you think the Belgians and the Dutch ground forces are gonna arrive in the next update then?
Yeah.
Next update?
It's either November or December, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Most of them are just gonna be copy vehicles. So
yeah, but we still like to see them. It's just that if they were gonna put the French coastal right now, it was pretty unlikely to put those guys alongside it.
Yeah.
Да, сори, я пока тут нашим звуком занимаюсь, он стал чуть хуже,
Наш
но
звук.
нормальный, но я пока увлечен процессом.
Ясно. А для зрителей как это?
Для зрителей нормально, ты можешь продолжать.
Хорошо. Да, в рамках нашей дорожной карты мы обещали и планируем переделать модель повреждений вертолетов. Они у нас довольно пустоваты с точки зрения внутренних модулей, наполнения и функционала их. Соответственно, могут переживать попадания, отрывы хвостов, особенно соосные машины, и все еще вести огонь после...
The real question is, when do you think they will end adding random mechanics to air vehicles?
Либо он упал бы, либо...
Man. It appears to be pretty profitable. So I don't think anytime soon.
Первое. Добавляем...
They've been expanding everything like that, so in such a crazy manner that they're just need to keep pumping them out of the production line.
You showing the Apache. So according to the English stream, what they said is they're adding in these extra added modules, but at the moment they're not going to have a lot of functionality or really do anything. But basically, in the future, they will give them functionality, and right now they're just going to act as a way for the rounds to sprawl. Because right now the problem with helicopters is because they have no internal modules and no real armor, the rounds just go straight through them and therefore don't do any damage. So the idea is by adding these as physical things, the round will hit them and it will sprawl and it will destroy the useful parts of the helicopter. So we'll see if that actually happens or not. I'm always very dubious when it comes to helicopter editions. So yeah, we shall see.
If not, Tech is going to be held personally accountable.
They did say they were updating the model of the K52 as well.
True.
Yeah,
True. I feel like that is something that they would have shown extensively on either the last or this stream. So maybe they were meaning the whole extra models.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so that is something on the roadmap that isn't going to be fully implemented this update. So
just another one. Let's just keep mounting them up.
The research things still aren't in. Like,
that's the main thing, and I think they mentioned they were going to implement it afterwards.
yeah.
This one, the natural bonus, these extra modules. Do you think the extra ammo and the ammo and the camo netting is gonna get added to it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Need more data.
Ну и пока мы в этой ветке, давайте покажем еще немного техники, фишек. Вот фишка, вертолет старый, но он получил...
Tell me they're gonna add to like the absolute top tier helicopters, man.
Целеуказание, отображение информации.
It's El Cobra.
NSC.
Cobra Viper.
Надеюсь, правильно произнес. У нас несколько новых нашлемок будет в этом патче, я их всех покажу. Ну вот, Повал, она на множестве машин. Вообще, это
Is this a new HMD feature? I thought they could do this. Well, no, they did say, at least in the leaks, that they were adding some new features to the...
You know who recently acquired the AH-1 seat?
What?
Nigeria.
Really?
yeah, I saw it. Google News seemed fit to recommend me that they were gonna be buying a handful of these helicopters, and the US approved the sale of them. There's your random fact of the day. If you put a Nigerian flag into his helicopter, it's gonna be historically accurate.
That's pretty fun. Nigeria is one of those sleeper nations that like just buys a ton of different stuff for their things.
I remember that video you made a while back. I was pretty surprised.
They have a ton of pretty cool stuff. Next nation in War Thunder. Nigeria.
Подземочка есть.
Да, ну, давайте начнем с более классических машин.
Подземочка есть.
Первый девблок, который у нас вышел, был про эту машину. Она у нас есть в версии с 76-мм пушкой. Эта версия уже с более мощной 90-мм пушкой. И пушку, и танк, в общем-то, игроки уже знают, поэтому возможности более-менее понятны. Плюс спаренная 37-мм пушка видно. Так, ну давайте к более интересным, точнее, к более новым машинам. В американском такой более новой машины есть.
Bless you.
God damn it.
Bless you again.
Maybe I am coming down with the sickness.
Версии F.
There's been a pox in my house, Alex.
С набором управляемых.
Wow, the monkeypox.
Yeah.
You're on quarantine, you deviant.
В этой версии получает и управляемое вооружение.
It's been rough.
Ну, кстати, вот сейчас сразу
Yeah, it's a 5.7, the T1E1, surprisingly.
самолет.
I'm very
Hopefully
surprised
they
at that.
keep it there, man.
Yeah, hopefully they do. I don't think they will, but, you know, hoping.
Наведение ладерных бомб.
You need to do very bad on it so they can keep it low in the air, man. To think that there were people that actually believe that crap is still funny to me.
Бомбы лазерные разного количества. Вот такой вот у меня есть пресет. Чуть погромче. Да, хорошо, извиняюсь. Давайте вылетим, посмотрим.
I still don't think we saw the radar stats on any of the planes. They need to get better at showing the radar stuff. Like, it's kind of key to how they are, you know?
Well, like the modes they have, like things like that.
Yeah, the modes, the range, the band, like what they can detect or what they throw out.
Вариант. Тоже покажем.
Because it's super important.
Mm. I know it's important, but I'm pretty ignorant about all of those things.
Yeah.
It is an area of the game that I haven't really learned. Even if I have so many machines that are suitable for it.
Какой-то интересный контейнер. Смотрит так под брюхо самолета. Попробуем кого-нибудь бомбить лазерной бомбой.
I don't know how useful this thing will be at CAS. I've never seen the standard F-111 be that good at it. It's just too big. Like, it's very easy target to hit with a lot of AAs.
Которые на крыльях находятся.
But now this thing has more guided munitions. Maybe it has a chance.
Ну, из интересного давайте сделаем.
Well, is that what happened is that
Не всегда это.
the first F-111 was, or is 10-3 in ground, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
And like right now,
Ну, кстати,
you just have better options to use if you just want to drop conventional bombs.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder Chief or even the Phantom.
больше особо не
And
проблем с таким.
before that, you had even crazier options because you had things like the A10 or the A6 just still available or there with intelligent weaponry. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's
So it
true.
was always kind of
Покажем. Мы давайте
like not really outmatched, but you had like more preferable options.
Двигаем туда-сюда. Я бы хотел показать новое оружие на примере советской машины. Ее саму. 124М.
Big old Sue.
Бомбардировщик.
Did you see the thing about Ronaldo? Good old Cristiano.
No, what you?
He made a YouTube channel,
Приличное количество
the first official one he's ever made,
там до 8
and it got to 50 million subscribers in like a week. Crazy.
Помимо неуправляемого оружия,
Very
есть
famous
различные
dude.
бомбы с лазерным, с телевизионным наведением. Вот, лазерные, телевизионные.
Maybe we need to get
разного
that guy into War Thunder.
калибра, штурмовые, там тому подобное.
Appears a decal or something like that.
7 можно.
I think he's
бомб
too bothered about sucking off the Saudi Arabian state right now.
И новое оружие.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe we can tell him like, hey, there's Saudi Arabian beagles here.
Собственно, хотел бы
There's
показать,
Jordanian beagles here.
какое зачем это нужно.
You can come play.
We can
He's
put
gonna
it
say,
together.
see. Drink water, not Coca-Cola. Well, that one we can agree with.
Так, ну, что это такое? Понятно,
Акмол.
название, я думаю, что, в общем-то, все знают. Есть там американский бомб Джедан. Бомба, которая свои координаты вычисляет по сигналам спутниковой системы
Big
навигации.
vehicle.
В случае советских российских
Be
машин,
interesting to see this one next to other
который нам известно как GPS. Вот.
other vehicles. Like how big is this compared to like an F-111, for example?
Неподвижных целей.
You know that sometimes people try to do some of those dumbass like analogies and comparisons between like so this one is supposed to be the counterpart of this. This is supposed to be the counterpart of this. And a lot of the time it's just bullshit with the
Какие-то там ЛТЦ, пожар, тому
like
подобное.
the F-16, it's the MiG-29 is like the counterpart of the F-16 and whatever. Okay, like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I feel like it's actually truer to
Современные бомбы, в том числе
the example of the Aardvark and this thing, right? Like the roles are pretty different, were pretty similar.
Yeah, like they even surprisingly the cockpit looks even exactly the same, right?
Yeah, like the entire frame and everything.
Yeah. They're very similar in that setup.
And now you got me curious about which one is actually bigger in size. Because they look pretty up point.
I don't think the Aardvark's used anymore, right? I think it's retired from service.
Yeah, it's
But this one's still used.
Бомба наводится на точку интереса.
Bomba!
Мы можем поставить через контрол активации точки интереса, либо...
You're pretty sure it's way smaller? Well, the SU-24 compared to the F-111?
тоже вот
Well, I know the 111's huge, but like, yeah,
куда смотрим,
I'd have
у
to
нас
look.
при кресте прицельной системы, то является точкой интереса, ну, проекция ее на поверхность Земли. И, соответственно, эта точка будет забита в координаты, куда должна навестись ГСН-ракета. Давайте попробуем.
Hey, Anthony, nice to see you.
И, так сказать, то, что можно делать. Вот мы обнаружили цель, вот можем сбросить...
Ronaldo's dad was an army man. Yeah, he was called Franco.
Координате.
Francisco Franco. Yeah.
Hell of a lineage.
Самолет может
Oh, you remember those Brazilian camos they found the other day?
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about them yesterday, and Nocturnal mentioned that on September the 7th, we have Brazilian Independence Day, so they may add them around those times.
Oh, that'd be cool.
At least this time we're not gonna be celebrating a war of aggression against innocent people and doing like a pity party with a video and whatnot. No, it's a thing when we got defeated in the war, we just became friends, dude. Like, shut the fuck up.
I talked to my British guys who I didn't murder.
We had so much respect for each other.
Yeah.
Even though we were willing to invade them and occupy them.
That whole video, I just kept getting reminded in my head about Top Gear. I don't know if you ever... So Top Gear did a special where they went around South America, right? Mainly Argentina. And they had to cut it short because one of the cars had a license plate that offended a bunch of Argentinians, and they started getting death threats about it.
So they were riding in Britain with them?
No, they were driving in Argentina with it. But they had to cut everything short and get out of there. But the thing is, it was all completely by accident. Like let's see, what was the number plate?
Fragile match?
Let's see. Yeah, so the number plate was H982FKL. So the protesters believed that it was a direct reference to 1982 Falklands.
That's just being paranoid, man. What a coincidence.
Yeah. But yeah, it turns out they weren't trying to do that, because why would you? It was literally just given to them by the British. Yeah, so But yeah, they had to cut everything early because they were getting so many threats about how people were gonna like come and murder them and shit.
It's gonna be a mob.
Yeah. So crazy, man. Getting triggered by a license plate.
Yeah, well, that's how people are over there.
Как раз попросили пушку показать, вот она, наслаждайтесь.
конечно, менее...
Yeah, that's the real
30
question. Does this thing got the crazy ejection like pilot thing as well? I doubt it, but it would be kind of cool.
Может,
Oh, that it ejects like the entire
Yeah, the entire cockpit.
cockpit
Yeah.
compartment.
облако снарядов перед
Nah.
истребителем, который...
I'm still
What a crazy
amazed
idea.
they added the ejection seat to the K-50s, like where it explodes the
The rotors
propellers.
and shit,
Yeah.
yeah.
И расскажем про
It's pretty cool.
самолету, который тоже может нести бомбы со спутником наведения. Мы не только их.
Bomba.
Новый премиумный Harrier, 7 ранг. БР подходит для...
Can you buy that one, please?
Танками там притопового
I have no use for it.
Такая интересная машина.
Well, it looks pretty good.
Вооружение.
Agreed.
Тоже есть подвесной контейнер.
They're really keeping it in 11.3 in both VRs. These guys are regarded if they made an entire system to separate VRs and now they're not even using it. That just tells you that there's some really
Есть специальный контейнер.
bad thing going inside the company.
Интересно, есть еще... нет, это уже на другом самолете. Возможно, на этом, возможно, тоже появится, но это про
Look at that level of ordnance.
управляемые новые.
It's pretty nuts.
Создан, соответственно.
Enjoy it facing the Sky Sword 10-3.
The mighty Roland will be ready for action.
The new Stormer AD answering the call against the million guided bomb.
He joins the fight. The Stormer AD.
We should start a mob. The best Harriers aren't in the British tree. True. Heads must be hung.
Oh, what do you mean, man? What do you mean?
It's not fair.
Так, французский флот малый.
I need to do a video where you're just like jumping around in your room with the camera saying 7 years. Years, guys.
Ну, пока не рассказывали.
Это, да, еще одна новинка.
Да,
для
мы
тех, кто-
сделали... Тут была проблема такая, что при светлой погоде, на фоне моря, на фоне неба, трассеры, особенно мелкий калибр, были очень слабо различимы. Понять, куда ведешь огонь, довольно сложно. Поэтому мы сейчас над этим работали. И привели все цветотрассеров к двум...
Hey, Daddle, nice to see you.
Все снаряды угасные бронебойные поделились, они двух разных цветов будут. Чтобы проще было показывать.
По наземке у нас есть еще новинки. Мы
Есть,
это
Shit,
показываем.
from up.
И Швеция в том числе. Ну, так,
BVVD definitely has improved his gamer skills.
классическая новинка Швеции.
Так вот, да, трассеры стали более различимы, более заметны.
Been a lot better the last previous time. No English stream? That happened like an hour ago.
Это что касается Харрера нового.
He's fucking done, son.
И давайте уж...
И Харрера нового.
Во-первых, у него должны быть джедамы тоже.
Wonder why they haven't showed the new HUD thing for this.
Но появится. Да, пока еще не успели добавить, у меня тут другой не могу сет.
Because it should have,
Такими ракетами.
at least in the trailer, it had a really cool HUD.
Управляемый вариант.
Yeah, it was like a lock-on. It
Yeah.
was like some kind of lock-on system.
Современные...
Maybe it was for the JDAMs or something, wasn't it? Maybe for the GPS.
Maybe.
Добавили возможность включения прицельного контейнера, оснастили новым оружием, в частности, теми же лазерными бомбами, бомбами со
Из
спутниковым
бомба.
наведением, ракетами с лазерным наведением, тому подобное, тому подобное. Плюс новый комплекс обороны, новое СПО, новый кокпит, новая нашлемная система целеуказания. Как раз давайте ее и посмотрим заодно. Она тоже у нас светилась в трейлере, и возникло довольно много вопросов у нас. Тоже, неужели это вот такой чит будет? Прямо читерский чит.
I will once again advocate for these strike aircraft in air to lose all of their IR missiles, or at least most of them, so therefore they can be actually balanced. So they can be at like 13.0 in ground and like 9.0 in air.
Но вот, мы не покажем ее в пробном вылете, потому что здесь...
You're just not allowed to use them.
Да,
Но
I
поверьте,
don't like
можно
that these
сказать,
vehicles
в
just
другом.
have shoot me, go
Мы
weapons, and
мы
that's it.
можем
Вполне,
заодно,
конечно.
да.
Yeah. It's at this one at the point it's gonna be you're not even gonna be able to use that M9M that
Опять же,
effectively.
есть
You're gonna be so slow anyways.
Радиус, а там снизу курс, угол ангажа,
And
горизонт,
also, you're going to run into a lot of countermeasures.
Если ставишь метку,
It's just going to be a way of
интересно, вот она отображается, да, mark point.
being able to just pick off
Реальность
targets
их
which
может
you're not
много,
paying attention.
но, соответственно, это
Mm.
потребует, как бы, если их
It just
будет много,
doesn't-
потребует системы менеджмента. Мы ее пока не продумывали.
For me, like facing A10s, it never feels like a fun matchup. It always just feels like you're treading on eggshells while trying to like hit them in the face with stuff. I just don't like facing them.
Система, которую вы видели в трейлере, там такие крестики были на земле.
Big is
Система, она показывает положение своих юнитов, союзных.
Mm-hmm.
Как бы, у союзников могут быть средства такие же, ну, рации, системы тактической осведомленности, которые могут обмениваться информацией и передавать на свой самолет позицию свою, что вот здесь союзники, не надо по мне кидать бомбу. В аркадных и реалистичных боях у нас союзники так отмечены игровыми маркерами, но вот в симуляторных боях будет полезно. Ну, она не будет помогать вам находить цели, но вот не атаковать своих, да, она вам будет помогать. Также она будет отмечаться, ну, там, кружок вокруг самолета отмечается, а крестик вокруг своей цели союзной.
Oh, there you go. There it's in the.
И после этого перейдем
But it's
к
not the
наземным.
multiple one you were mentioning.
No.
Которые летят. И вот наводится по лучу лазера.
What?
Бам-бам-бам.
Hold up.
Пробитие
What the
небольшое,
hell did he just
боевая
do?
часть, по-моему, там, ну, то есть,
Those are
там они
APKWs, intelligent
бронированные
rockets.
цели, зенитки,
But you
и
can
так
move.
далее.
I thought the idea was you couldn't move them in
Самолет
flight.
может таких ракет на всех точках
О,
по-моему, до 90
oh,
точек
no.
взять. Поэтому в теории вы можете 90 зениток убить.
I thought they were just like you would. Wasn't that how they used to work? Because they're on
Is
they're on the T129, aren't they?
Читаю комментарий.
Or did
Yeah,
they-
the series are similar. Are similar. I don't think they maneuver as much, but they do have like a level of guidance. Yeah, because they're so that's
Yeah, because
the idea.
those were moving side to side. But
yeah, so they are laser guided.
Один шведский, да.
Always annoyed me that they're
Совсем
not just
шведский,
called
финский
missiles.
КВ-1.
Well, you remember is that one? You remember that French bomb?
Захватили некоторые.
Or they now the skipper? You remember the
The
skipper that is
skipper,
was to be like a rocket propelled bomb.
rocket
A rocket
assisted
propelled
bomb.
guided
Yeah.
bomb. Yeah, so a missile? No, it's a rocket propelled guided bomb.
Все в дом, да.
It's so silly.
Yeah, this one is an intelligent dumb rocket, unguided rocket. Okay.
Предвещая вопросы, будет ли такой танк в советской ветке? Да, будет.
Ah,
Да, пока не
dear.
можем сказать. Ну, в
We
одном
live
из
in
наших
very
вариантов
weird times.
появится. Просто в советской ветке таких машин уже много. Ну, КВ
The gun makers will always justify their trade.
4 машины. Считайте. КВ-1С, КВ-1 11, КВ-2 39, КВ-2 42, да. И КВ-1 ЗИС-5, да. И КВ-85, еще много машин.
I guess that one is still not in the Soviet tree.
Получается,
Probably for the next
КВ-1
update.
ЗИС-5
И-
литой башней. Да, то есть уже тут говорили, что эта машина похожа на немецкий трофейный КВ, который с немецкой пушкой. Ну, здесь вот он в оригинале. То есть летая башня, под 100 мм толщиной. Сейчас не уверен, что броня вся настроена. Ну, да.
It's funny that they have to use that like cross symbol because if not, this one would have had like a giant ass swastika on the side.
It's always fun making videos about these vehicles and then just waiting for somebody to get annoyed at the fact there's a massive symbol on the side.
It's that in both sides, right? Like how deluded are you thinking that you're gonna put like a giant swastika on the side, and from the other side thinking like the one that's how it was, man. That's how it was. But you need to learn how to distinguish stuff.
Какие-то БР, машины не только СТ, ЛТ, зенитки, и тяжело там. Я удачно попал прям в ствол.
It even has the machine gun on the top.
Yeah,
The 63.
that's what makes it 5-0.
Nah.
Из особенностей машины зенитный пулемет есть. Машина калибра 7,62 ДТ. Он, кстати, уникальная фишка. На тех, кого что есть в игре.
It's so pathetic.
The problem is that some of these things don't even have enough elevation.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Можно вернуться снова к Китаю.
I always rather have one than that.
Условно лейтмотив этого мажора. Есть и на демочке, которую мы можем показать.
Аль-Халид. Ну, про него мы уже немного
говорили.
Al-Khalid.
Алькалитский скин.
Есть 7БР. Можно вот есть. Есть сетап на 10,7, есть несколько машин. Тут прем, соответственно, может расширить, помочь кому-то исследовать быстрее и тому подобное. Ну, чем-то
Classic Al-Khalid.
Alkali tank, the eternal tank. That's how they call it.
Динамическая защита еще тоже не настроена, но на верхней лобовой детали в башни динамическая защита.
I believe it does, Weedman, yes.
Снаряды.
It has served in so many battles, such a distinguished track record that they called it the eternal tank.
Or does it mean that they don't have enough money to buy anything new? They're just
Well, that's the
gonna...
main thing. Like, weren't they supposed to be using like the BT4 right now? So it's not very eternal.
Maybe they'll just change these guys' names to VT4.
The other one is gonna be the more eternal tank.
The larger eternal. Yeah, biggest thing with this vehicle, it should have a good reverse, right? Pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, if you play the MBT 2000, it feels pretty good to play because you have like an actual mobility element.
It's got that funny bug right now where the optic isn't lined up with the gun. Yeah. Why does that happen? I would look. I need to ask a Gaijin dev why that happens. It's such a weird bug.
The thing is that when they are making all of the models, all of them are supposed to be like static, and then they have to like align everything together.
Yeah, maybe.
По Израилю спрашивают. Да, по Израилю у нас тоже будут, наверное, сейчас мы с Китаем разберемся.
Yep.
Israeli.
И покажем.
Покажем теперь, да. P10.
Yajibaj.
Roger was mentioning that he had a gripe with these planes because they got made, apart from the Pakistanis, from Israeli technology, from the Lavi.
Oh.
Remember the Lavi?
Oh yeah, the Lavi. The prototype Israeli thing that never really went anywhere, right? There's a bunch of like controversies around it, like them stealing technology and stuff.
Yeah, the Chinese were involved.
Утка, ну, как он похож немного на Мираж, но с другим расположением воздухозаборника, машина однодвигательная. Да, и тоже, поскольку самолет современный, естественно, это топовый боевой рейтинг.
But I just told him that he was crazy.
И оружие по воздушным целям, D6 PL-12.
Wait, do we have the PL-12 in game already? I'm pretty sure we do.
Yeah, it's their radar missile.
Yeah, it's the active
super
one,
radar
right?
missile. Yeah, the active.
It's on the J11.
Да, ну тут осталось только управляем бомбу на этой точке подвески. Вот на эти можно повесить уже и управляемые. Вот корректируемые бомбы можно повесить, например, сюда.
Oh, what the hell? J11 has the RVVAE air-to-air missile.
Вешать и радарную ракету, инфракрасную.
Do we not have the PL-12 in game?
Yeah,
Oh,
we do, like,
it's on the J8. That's where it's on. The J8F.
Неплохие летные данные, современный радар, современные средства обороны. То есть прямо...
Forgot about the J8's existence. My bad.
Самых современных на данный момент.
Yeah, like remember that when they had that thing, he mentioned. No, so this one is its characteristic weapon is the PL-12, but it's too strong right now, so we're gonna delay. And now they finally added it.
They should have just added it to it and nothing else. Kind of like when they added the Tomcat.
That would definitely would have been a sight.
Because for some reason that was fine, but yeah, can't have that with the J8.
Tomcats are just wrecking right now, man. Nothing. No, that's an eye.
Уже есть кокпит еще. Работаем над ним. Немного будут.
I don't think the dev server's up yet. So. Oh, my dev server is downloading actually. So, we'll see.
Много спрашиваю.
I wonder if
Мы немного даже...
I wonder if our boy the Bohem, whatever, will be on it.
Oh, the Barnham,
The Barnham.
or the Marlboro.
Работаем.
Marlboro.
The Marlboro.
Marlboro.
The Marlboro. Marlboro.
Для указания все-таки нам успел на точку. Наш шлемка есть.
It irritates me you say Barham like that. Well, I could say Barham if you want, because that's how I would generally say it. But I'm trying to.
How is it? How is it then?
What? How you supposed to say it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends where you're from. Like that's the
So
thing.
it's a place in England? It's another city in
I'm
England?
guessing so. I've never heard of it.
В боях.
Yeah, you can say Barham, Barham, or Barham. Yeah, so the reason I say like Barham is because the Americans, that's how they say it. So
Well, so in English you tend to say the H's, don't you?
sometimes,
In most words.
once again, depends on dialect. I don't say H's or T's in my dialect. And they don't exist.
That's why you say Marlboro.
Который сделан на базе Sidewinder.
Edinburgh.
Машину закрывает
Bro.
в ветке ЗРК. Да, по поводу того, что, конечно,
Say it's Scottish? Nah. I have no idea what they would sound like. It's in Kent? Oh dear.
Я думаю, что в следующих обновлениях и вот
Oh,
HMS
very dear.
Bro.
обновления следующих будут в каждом почти добавляться минимум там, по одной машине зенитной и заполнять дерево зенитно-американское. Да, давайте покажем еще быстро.
Маленькая.
Минус 9. Да, обновили модель, были ошибки в пропорциях, в отдельных элементах. Собственно, пересобрали ее. Тоже.
It's good that they read them all or something like that, but I can't.
What's the difference?
That's the main thing. Like I can't tell you what's the difference because
Мы хотели показать.
They look the same to me.
Чуть-чуть, но сильно.
I want to see what the antelope missile can actually do though.
Интересно, кажется.
Измаил. Да.
Измаил, да.
I think it's gonna have really similar stats to the
Построили.
one that the Israeli Chaparral has. I don't remember which one is it. The Meme 72G, I think it is.
Oof.
Штуки было, их все заложили.
And they're gonna give it the photo contrast, so you can at least pretend you have some range.
My dev server is patching. I don't know if it's gonna actually do anything though. We'll see.
You remember that documentary that they did on Netflix recently that was supposed to be like World War II from the front lines? The one
Yeah.
narrated by John Boyega.
Mm-hmm.
On that one, I remember this chip because on that documentary they have a veteran that was inside of the chip. Like, it was on board
The
of the
Russian
chip.
one or the Barham?
The Barnham.
Yeah. Well, that one exploded, didn't it? Like it.
Yeah, it got torpedoed by a Nazi submarine.
Have you seen the video of it? Because they have the recording of it exploding. Like it's crazy.
Shit, if it is the one on the documentary, I guess I have. I don't know if it is really, but there was some chip exploding pretty gruesomely.
Yeah. And they have this thing, which is fake.
It's real, man. It's real.
In your
They sue the flags for it, so it's really War Thunder.
I'm glad that they didn't. The way that they've put it in, it looks like it is unfinished. You know what I mean? Like
It's just so plain.
yeah,
Like,
like it has no added stuff.
it's just pristine.
The commander's just sad at the top.
Да, очевидно, что корабль, поскольку корабль Первой мировой войны, той эпохи, то зенитное вооружение все плохо.
It's just in the air.
Про авиацию особо не думали. Так, что там предложил показать?
Предложил показать тирана.
Тирана, да, машина. Ну и барака заодно покажем нового.
Woo!
Hey, big man, let's go.
Why they couldn't give it smoke grenades?
Которые велись там в 70-60-е годы, захватывали достаточное количество техники своих оппонентов, и она у них служила, модифицировалось, некоторые танки даже
Пош
переставлялись на
мула.
орудий, которых никогда не было. Ну, в данном случае это 62-ка, в оригинале это 62-ка, но тут уже есть изменения, которые делали израильтяне, но вооружение осталось то же самое, советское. Обвес, пулеметы, прочее. Пулеметов целая пачка.
I wonder if they've moved the shoulder spear,
Это вот уже
or if it's still in the same place.
доработки.
It's why would they?
Куча деталей получила.
Because it's crap.
No, oh, but it ain't.
Because it's awful.
Oh, but
Oh, it
it's
doesn't even get
not.
ESS. Like,
Nah, that's probably not finished because the other one does have ESS.
Невообразимо для советской машины количеством пулеметов.
yeah, the 115mm is one of my favorite guns in the game.
Машины всем. Визуальной обертки.
Do you want your ideas?
Big bagger.
Давайте уж покажем сейчас, видимо...
Кажешь.
Ну, давайте уж покажем бараку,
Японию?
раз уж я здесь, да.
Ага, да.
Да.
Baraku!
Его просили, после этого Японию, а после этого...
Is the suggestion for Italy? Let's see.
16C,
The
соответственно,
Borodino class battle
военные
cruisers never
императоры,
finished. A Russian revolution in shipbuilding almost.
приспособлены
Oh,
под
okay.
вооружение.
Oh, yeah, they came back home from his vacation.
Внешний
Yeah.
вариант такой более под штурмовку заточен.
Did you hear he was having to deal with karaoke every night?
No, he didn't. He mentioned that even if he was in some pretty touristy area, people didn't know English at all. But that one is,
Oh,
it's pretty odd.
kind of surprising.
Yeah, it really is.
Есть в игре тип 16. Но тут вариант у нас с автоматической пушкой.
Do you think they're gonna add the other one that was also in the leak list alongside this one?
I hope so.
But
But you know what I also see down there? New coastal Japanese boat, PT-802. So that's what? That's American, I'm guessing?
Yeah, probably got handed over to them after the
PT-802.
war. To hand Godzilla.
Адекватную высоту, которую в игре можно применить. Покажем. И преимущество он дает, так же, как
That's fantastic. Let's go. They get a useful PT boat.
Командирский прицел можно чуть-чуть приподнять.
I'm pretty sure. Wait, we have the PT-802 in the game, don't we?
Oh, shit.
I'm pretty sure we do.
Well, this one has some pretty good extension. I didn't
Oh
saw that
my.
one, the last one.
Мы...
Да, есть.
Oh, damn.
обычные, подкалиберные и
You're gonna be able to scout behind everything.
оперенные.
It's, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, with the police, with the PLSS, that one doesn't have that much extension. So when you try to use the commander side, it's not really much of a
It
difference.
don't really do
even if
much,
it's there. Yeah, like if it had like a higher altitude, it would have been. But maybe in this one it will.
I just hope if you can't get overpressured through it.
That would be pretty sucky.
There's too many of those where that happens.
Mm.
Да, тут чуть больше экипаж.
It even has a couple of dudes in the back in a computer.
В других таких вот, машинах, которые с автоматической пушкой на колесной базе, поскольку здесь персонал, который управляет разведывательным
Yeah, if it's not an overpressure point, then it might be fun.
еще колесный БМП.
If it's an overpressure point, no fun allowed.
В будущем. Вот.
А разведка
Yeah,
будет?
you just wanted to be annihilated by your signature vehicle, the Cholev. That's what's going on.
Все еще работа ведется. Разведывательная машина. Ну, в варианте БМП штанги уже не будет. И там будет больше места там для боеприпасов.
Maybe it has thermals as well. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's advanced technology, man. The Japanese are highly technological in nature.
These vehicles are like from like the mid 2000s, aren't they? Or the...
Yeah, they're from like yesterday.
Yeah.
They're post 2016.
Покажем еще, да, у нас Пума еще.
Точно, Пума, да.
Пума, да.
Really, really new.
Показали
Same with this one.
Показали
Смотрим.
на шлемку. А, мы не показали на шлемку еще одну, да. Пуму со спайками.
The males, yes, in some of the European armies, particularly German one, the spike is called the males.
Males.
The males.
Terrible name.
It's probably some bullshit military acronym.
Yeah.
Пума. Пушка с программируемыми снарядами, с ломами, со всем остальным, да, с броней.
Шилка. Ага.
Kaboom. Maybe they'll make the spike really good now.
Шилка, ну,
Now it's on a German
Right.
vehicle.
ну, я думаю, здесь шилка будет
Yeah, you never know.
это.
You just need to be able to track. Like sometimes if you're gonna keep the thing that it doesn't do that much damage, that is unreliable in that sense, I would be fine with it. But just the ability that sometimes you can see a guy
На-
like
на
pretty much
шилках
perfectly, but it's not that perfect open sight that the missile has to track
Yeah.
properly. That is the annoying thing. That's why either just add the like a manual mode. You can choose between the
Yeah.
intelligent mode and a manual mode. Like it's still gonna be a pretty slow missile. It's like 180 meters per second for an
Mhm.
ATN. That's pretty slow.
Ссылочку.
Ну, там все интересно внутри, то есть как бы просто нет радара, но вот боекомплект, да. Хоть такое количество.
How much time they're gonna waste on this thing? Like it's a Chilka without a radar.
Обновление внутреннего.
But I guess we're pretty much done with the stream. Man.
think so, yeah.
It's already gonna be 11.
Это обновление, не только шилка, куча ЗРК.
They changed the spike? I don't think they did. It looks pretty similar. The spike is one of those missiles that whenever they use it in test drive, it looks really good. When you take it into an actual game, it's like you just can't target stuff, and then also it just doesn't do the damage it's needed. It's very infuriating.
Да, сейчас перейдем.
You know, something that is a disadvantage for some vehicles that is also that are also equipped with spikes,
What?
that they are mounted on an angle. So
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
have
that's
an
true.
even harder time with the distances.
Швеция была, да, в записи можете посмотреть.
Yeah, now with the ADATs as an SPAA, it means you can't use it for the TD dailies, but it does mean it does mean it's a lot less in SP cost, which is obviously more.
You can use it for the TV. He's crazy. He's crazy. He's insane.
You have to use the mighty chrysanthemum now.
Look at all of that new thing, like the red thing. What is even that one supposed to be? It's like that the new sight. Yeah, that's the new gun sight, isn't it?
The new gun sight.
Yeah, that's why they have the Abrams there. It's the new gun
So
sight.
it's
Man, I was just so out of it.
I mean, yeah, it looks fine, but that red part looks odd. I know it's supposed to show like the
position of the
position of the turret and everything. It just looks kind of weird. Good prototype. Needs work.
Yeah, so in real life, of course, it's something useful. But in War Thunder, we already have that giant detailed model on the top, on the bottom. Pretty good, man. Initially, I thought that that is something that you corrected me about a bit ago. That initially I thought it was only gonna be for the binoculars, but it's also gonna be for the gun sight.
Yeah, for the
It's pretty nice.
for the gun sight. He bought the combatant for 5,000. Oh no, that's all the mods. Never mind.
For 700,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus.
La combatant.
What is he showing here? Are they adding something to that area?
Like more detailed,
Like an
like
extra
action
thing?
report.
Ну что там, кроме есть какие-то еще вопросы, это или все?
На этом, я думаю, можем заканчивать.
Давайте мы еще вот прокликаем все.
Да, успейте сделать все скриншоты. Да, наши дорогие любимые паблики. Это для вас. Это для вас. Делайте скриншоты.
Давайте чего-то такое покажем, не знаю. Для самых внимательных, конечно, если так сделать, заметят все. Давайте вот так сделаем, да.
It's the Sioux that we already have.
Штормер не показали.
Yeah.
Штормер.
Just showing the new loadout interface, I
Мы
guess.
можем в целом показать его. Мы так-то не
Pretty cool,
ограничены
though,
по
that.
времени.
Да, я понимаю. Да, еще
You know, with the Al-Khalid now, they're gonna have to add Pakistani voices tech. They're just mounting on them.
They should add
to
the
get to
Indian
work.
voices to them.
Аналогом...
Oh shit! You want to cause a civil war in War Thunder? That's your final plan.
Это с инфракрасным наведением.
Some are the doings of the Eternal CZ.
Он только вот на собственной базе. Тоже был прототип, насколько помню, на вооружении принят в итоге не был.
Time to speak Hindi,
В
boys.
нашей игре можно будет его попробовать. Австралийские
Bulldozer down!
показывали. Как раз он в трейлере засветился вот этим знаком.
Big old bombs. Got them.
Показали. Далее будет торнадо свой, про него отдельно можете.
Azali, Badari.
Торнадо,
немецкого премиума, то есть без управляемого оружия, закрывает на более низкие БР. Францию показали, Швецию показали, Израиль показали. Думаю, что все.
Да, в таком случае все по доброй традиции.
Надеемся, что...
Alright, so we need to have a look at the new kind of optic thing for the tanks. That's what we learned from this. And also RCV optic too.
They keep following that trend. They're probably gonna, like the initial batch is gonna be in the top tier tanks.
Yeah.
Приветствуем нашу новую аудиторию большую на ВК Live. Подписывайтесь там на наш канал. В дальнейшем там тоже будем стримить эфиры со Славой, когда он будет приходить. Хороших выходных. Участвуйте в тестировании на Деве. Ждите обновлений.